Welcome to this explainer. I am so stoked to be your guide today. If you're fascinated by the absolute most extreme, almost alien biology on our planet, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to act as your ultimate study guide. We'll be systematically breaking down the completely wild survival traits of deep-sea creatures, and we're framing the whole thing as a comprehensive exam review. So, let's dive right into this.
All right, let's kick off this review session with a quick pop quiz to set the stage. Did you know scientists actually estimate we've explored less than 10% of Earth's oceans? To put that into perspective for you, we literally have better maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. Wild, right? That means a massive 90% is just a complete mystery. Thousands and honestly probably millions of unknown species are just waiting down there in the dark, utilizing adaptations that completely defy our normal understanding of biology.
Here is your syllabus for today's review session. We'll cover the deep ocean environment, hunting with bioluminescence, extreme anatomical hunting traits, deep-sea defense mechanisms, surviving harsh extremes, and finally, the unexplored alien abyss.
Section 1. The deep ocean environment, darkness and pressure. Let's set the baseline conditions these organisms have to endure.
Imagine diving so deep that sunlight just vanishes entirely. Down here, it's not just pitch black. The water pressure is so incredibly intense it could crumple a car like a totally empty soda can. To survive in this kind of extreme classroom, standard biological rules? Yeah, they are completely thrown right out the window.
Section 2. Hunting with bioluminescence, the light makers. Moving on to our first major biological case study. Meet our first subject, the absolutely terrifying anglerfish. This predator hangs out thousands of feet below the surface. So the big question for the exam, how does it feed? Well, it uses that glowing organ right on its head, exactly like a biological fishing rod. In the pitch black, smaller fish are naturally drawn to this mysterious little beacon of light. But, as they swim closer to investigate, boom! It's too late. The anglerfish suddenly unhinges this massive mouth packed with razor-sharp teeth and just swallows them whole. It's an unbelievably efficient and totally nightmarish trap.
Now, let's look at how the dragonfish builds on this whole bioluminescence concept, taking light manipulation to a completely different level. While a lot of deep-sea creatures use standard glowing light just to camouflage themselves against faint light from above, the dragonfish produces its own light to actively go on the hunt. But here's the crazy part. Some species of dragonfish actually emit a specific red light. And since red light doesn't travel far underwater, almost zero other deep-sea creatures have evolved the ability to even see it.
As deep-sea researchers perfectly put it, it's like possessing night vision that no one else knows exists. Definitely remember this concept for the exam. Pumping out this invisible red light is essentially an absolute cheat code for survival. It lets them spotlight their prey without ever being spotted themselves, giving the dragonfish the ultimate evolutionary stealth advantage.
Section 3. Extreme anatomical hunting traits, built for the catch. Now we're shifting focus to bizarre anatomical adaptations used to ambush prey.
Enter the Goblin Shark. Scientists actually call this fascinating animal a living fossil, which is basically a term for a creature that's existed for millions of years while keeping its ancient anatomical features. You can easily recognize it by its super long nose and that really unusual pink skin. Honestly, it looks like it swam straight out of a sci-fi movie. But its appearance? That isn't even its most shocking trait.
I really want you to study this anatomical process carefully. The goblin shark has a highly specialized, almost unbelievable hunting mechanism. Step 1, it detects prey hovering nearby in the dark. Step 2, instead of swimming forward to take a bite, its actual jaw violently shoots forward, literally coming out of its mouth at lightning speed. Step 3, it grabs the victim securely before it has any chance whatsoever to escape. Watching this mechanism in action genuinely feels like watching some sort of alien attack sequence. It's brutal for sure, but it is highly, highly effective.
And that brings us to another shocking anatomical extreme, the Barreleye fish. Look, if the goblin shark's jaw wasn't strange enough for you, this fish has evolved a literal, fully transparent head. Yeah, you heard that right. The entire top of its head is completely see-through. It ends up looking less like an organic fish and way more like a piece of advanced alien technology.
So why on earth would an animal need a clear head? Well, because you can actually look right inside to see its real eyes. Those bright green tube-like structures inside the transparent dome, those are the eyes. And they're designed to rotate all the way upward, allowing the barreleye fish to constantly scan the water directly above it. It's just waiting to detect the faint silhouettes of prey floating down from the surface.
Even seasoned scientists were absolutely shocked when they first saw this highly specialized anatomy in action.
Section 4. Deep Sea Defense Mechanisms, Surviving the Predators. Next up on our syllabus, how these creatures defend themselves when they become the prey.
Let's take a look at the vampire squid. First off, a quick biological correction for your notes. Despite that really intense name, it's actually neither a true squid nor a vampire. What it does have is a dark red body, absolutely enormous eyes perfectly suited for low light, and these specialized glowing organs called photophores covering its skin.
Now, when a predator approaches and the vampire squid feels threatened, it deploys this stunning, totally dramatic defense mechanism. It literally turns its own dark red body inside out. By doing this, it completely conceals its head and reveals what looks like a terrifying cloak of spiky arms. I mean, imagine swimming in complete, pitch-black darkness, and suddenly this spiky, glowing biological umbrella just pops open right in front of you. It's an incredible intimidation tactic meant to confuse and just completely scare off attackers.
Section 5. Surviving harsh extremes. Life at the bottom. Because sometimes survival is just about withstanding the most hostile environments on Earth.
You know, not all deep-sea creatures are built to look like terrifying monsters. Take the Dumbo Octopus, for example. Named for those two distinct ear-like fins that make it look exactly like a certain famous cartoon elephant, this creature is a graceful extremophile. It just gracefully floats through the pitch-black water, kind of like a tiny underwater spacecraft. The main takeaway here is that its cute, non-threatening appearance completely hides the fact that scientists find them at incredible depths. We're talking depths where almost nothing else can survive the freezing cold and crushing pressure. It's built strictly for pure endurance.
Section 6. The Unexplored Alien Abyss, Final Review. Let's wrap up this explainer by reviewing our high-yield takeaways.
I highly recommend grabbing a quick screenshot of this. Consider this your literal exam cheat sheet, directly mapping our case study creatures to their primary biological adaptations. You've got the anglerfish with its glowing head lure, the goblin shark with its crazy shooting jaw, the vampire squid rocking its inside-out spiky cloak, the barreleye fish scanning upward through a totally transparent head, and the dragonfish utilizing invisible red light night vision. These are truly the pinnacles of deep-sea evolution.
To summarize everything we've covered today, thriving in the deep ocean basically requires mastering a few overarching strategies. You either manipulate light to hunt or hide. You evolve radical anatomical shifts to effectively ambush prey. You utilize transparent bodies to maximize what little light there is. Or you simply adapt your biology to withstand crushing high pressure that would instantly end a human being.
And as you're studying these concepts, I want you to keep this one absolutely staggering number in the back of your mind: millions. The deep ocean remains one of Earth's greatest mysteries. Researchers are discovering seemingly impossible new creatures every single year, which means there are likely millions of undiscovered species still hiding down there right now. We honestly don't even need to look to outer space to find alien life. It's already swimming right here in our own oceans.
As we conclude this review, I want to leave you with a thought. The next mysterious creature we discover down there could be even stranger than the transparent heads and shooting jaws we examined today. So ask yourself, and really think about the biology here. Which of these deep-sea adaptations shocked you the most? Keep studying, keep questioning, and thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.